Welcome to the ClearCheckbook tutorial series. ClearCheckbook is an application that helps you manage your finances online. This video covers how to track and manage your bills through our bill tracker tool. Managing bills doesn't have to be stressful or time-consuming. By keeping track of due dates and amounts in one place, you can simplify your financial life, reduce worry about missing payments, avoid costly late fees, prevent service interruptions, and gain better control over your cash flow month after month. If you're familiar with ClearCheckbook and have used the Reminders and Recurring Transactions tool, you can think of the Bill Tracker as an extension of that tool. They're both a way to schedule recurring transactions, but the Bill Tracker has some added features like being able to manually pay the bill, easily change the bill amount, view payment statuses like overdue, paid or upcoming, and view a payment history for a bill. You can find the Bill Tracker by clicking on Tools at the top of the page, then click on the Bill Tracker link. In this example, I've already added several bills so I can show you what the Bill Tracker looks like. We'll walk through adding a new bill and all the various options shortly. When the Bill Tracker loads, it shows all of your overdue, upcoming, and paid bills for the next 30 days by default. There's a green box above the bills list that has an Add Bill button and the total amount for your upcoming bills. Premium members have the ability to change how far into the future they see their bills. The default is 30 days into the future, but you can select any date you'd like. Clicking on a bill will expand it and show a few options including viewing payment history, paying the bill, editing and deleting it. Before going into these options, I'll walk through the different ways to view your upcoming bills. In addition to the Upcoming Bills tab, there are links for View as Calendar, View All Bills, and Search Bills. The View as Calendar link shows all of the bills that occurred the previous month, the current month, and the next month. You can move the calendar forward or backward through time to view bills for those months. Clicking on a bill here also shows the same options as clicking on a bill in the Upcoming Bills section does. The View All Bills link is a list of each unique bill and not their due dates. This is an easy way to track down any expired bills or bills that need to be modified without having to scroll through instances of your other bills. Finally, the Search Bills link provides a way to see any bills that are due between the dates specified or belonging to a specific account. Now let's go back to the Upcoming Bills page and add a new bill. I've already set up bills for some of my utilities, but I want to add one for my gas bill. I'll start by clicking the Add Bill button at the top of the page. The first section is where you'll set some basic details about the bill. I'll enter gas company as the bill name. The amount field can be tricky if your bill changes each month due to usage variations. What I like to do is enter an average amount and then modify it at the time I pay the bill. For my gas bill, I'll enter $35. Select which account you pay the bill from and optionally assign it a category and note. If you have the Payee or Memo fields enabled with your premium membership, they'll also show up here. All of these fields will be used to pre-populate the transaction field when paying the bill. The Note field corresponds with the description field. If you have your bill set up to be automatically drafted from your bank or credit card each month, you can click the Auto Pay checkbox. This will put a little calendar icon next to the bill name letting you know that you don't need to manually pay the bill. The next section is how you set up the frequency of the bill. This will look familiar if you've ever used the Reminders and Recurring Transactions tool, as all of the options are the same. To quickly recap, repeating lets you set a static repeating method for the bill. The most common option is once per month on a specific day of the month. The repeating, floating option lets you set a frequency that isn't based on a date but will change based on the day of the week or month. I'm going to set up the gas bill to be repeating once per month on the 15th. The start date is what all occurrences will be based off of. In my case, the bill is due on the 15th of each month, so that's what I'll set as the start date. If your bill is due on the 1st or some other day, just change the start date as needed. Finally, you'll see a reminder options section. I mentioned earlier that the Bill Tracker can be seen as an extension of the Reminders and Recurring Transactions tool. If you want, you can associate this bill with a recurring transaction to either have the bill automatically post to your register on the due date, or set it up to simply be a reminder with the option to email you ahead of time. The default option is no reminder, which would make this bill independent of the Reminders and Recurring Transactions tool. Since this bill changes amount each month, I don't want it to automatically post to my register. Instead, I want to manually mark it as paid so I can better control the amount. Because of that, I'll select the Add Reminder, without recurring transaction option. I want to be reminded 4 days ahead of time via email, so I'll select that option. When I'm done, I'll click Add Bill and then see it show up at the top of the list below. Now that you've seen how to add a bill, let's circle back and look at the various options that show up when you expand a bill. Since my internet bill shows up as due soon, and it was just drafted from my credit card, we'll look at that one. The first option is Payment History. This shows a history of all payments you've made to the bill. Since this bill doesn't fluctuate each month, the report isn't very interesting. For other bills, like electric or gas, it will show you trends over time and whether you've been spending more or less. Next is the Pay Bill option. Clicking that link will open an Add Transaction form where you can enter the details of the bill payment. Again, since this bill amount doesn't change each month and is always paid from the same account, there's nothing else I need to change. I can hit the Add Transaction button to mark the bill as paid and add a transaction to my register with the information above. If you don't want to add an actual transaction to your register, you can click the Set as Paid without adding transaction link. An example of when this would be useful is if you live with roommates and one of them pays a bill for the apartment 1 month. You don't want the transaction in your register since you didn't pay it, but you also don't want the bill to show up as overdue. Since I'm actually paying this bill, I'll click the Add Transaction button. The next two options when expanding the bill are the Edit and Delete links. These are pretty self-explanatory, and will let you edit the details of the bill in the case of the Edit link, or delete a bill if you click on the Delete link. Clicking the Delete link will give you the options to delete the single due date or the entire bill. Deleting a paid bill or deleting all instances of a bill won't remove any transactions that have been added to your register through the Pay Bill form. Like almost all of the tools in ClearCheckbook, we have a dashboard gadget for the bill tracker. This will show all of your upcoming and overdue bills for the next month. I hope this video has helped answer any questions you may have about the bill tracker. If you have more questions or need more help, click on the green Help button at the top right side of the bill tracker. This will take you to our knowledge base where we cover all the various features and settings for the bill tracker.